another useful feature of Trimble Earthworks or Cat Grade is the ability to touch 2 points with a blade tip or a bucket tip and make a slope between those 2 points. So an example that we would commonly see for a tiling and drainage company for farming, to make sure that they have proper drainage leaving their farm, they can touch an inlet and an outlet point, usually one higher than the other, which then can set a certain percent. Now, if they have a desired elevation at each of these 2 points, they can touch one point, touch the next, and put in those 2 desired elevations like I'll show you right now. So, first things first, if I'm going to want to do that, I'll click and hold roadway, and this is actually going to be an infield design option. So we come to mode, go to infield, come into here, do a create. From here it's going to be a slope. So you'll notice it says right here, create slope by doing 0.1. So I'm setting my blade down or my bucket down, whatever that might be, my right blade tip on that stake that has that desired elevation. Now I can either do right here if that's where I know that in real time and on the actual existing ground that's where I want this high point to be. But if I come here and I set that stake down and it says go 3 feet up from here, well, now if I hit this here, I know this is 102, so I can always change that, put in 105.03 and hit the green check mark and go next. Now it says create slope, step 2 of 4, set the alignment point 2. So what this is going to make me do is track forward, to that next desired stake point. So in this situation, here's my imaginary stake. I'm setting it down, and from this stake it says cut 1 foot. So right here it's at 101.12 for elevation. I will edit this and put it at 100.12 and click apply. And you'll notice here this is a 2-point slope. So then from here, if I wanted to take those two shots that I just took and want to run a cross slope of any kind or make a road out of those 2 points, I can always do that. But for today, we'll just keep it nice and simple, but keep those percentages at 0 so you get a nice clean picture. So I'll hit next, and then I got new slope. So from here, I will hit apply and give you guys the actual graphic of what we've just done. So what you notice here is that we have our line right here of the 2 points that we just shot, but we're not getting a good idea as far as what that actual main fall looks like. So if I swipe across now, one more time, now I can get an actual profile view. So if I want to, and in 3D view here, you'll notice that my actual plane is going down that direction. So one more time here, click and hold, I'll change this view to profile, and now you can see between those 2 points that I shot with that 6 foot, 5 foot change in elevation, whatever it was, just over 10 feet, that's a pretty steep slope, which actually matches up pretty well. So in reality, when you're doing drainage of any kind, you're more likely than not going to have a lot less of a slope there. But let's say, in this situation we were doing a ditch, touching the top of the shoulder and then the bottom of the ditch, and we just want to create that plane out into infinity. This is a great way to do that. So that is how we can do 2 point for depth for our slope on infield design.